Well, all my friends are here.
Hey!
Okay, so it's just an essay. It's called Faking It. So after 6 years of dating freaks and maniacs and one guy who I eventually discovered collected dolls, I recently gone and found a boyfriend. He's sweet and smart and tall and gorgeous and lives in a normal apartment and does normal things that I know of. I met him at a bar on Thanksgiving weekend and I secretly think he's the one, but I can't tell him that because when you tell boys that, they scream and put on their running shoes and run in the opposite direction from your apartment. Instead, I just tell him he's really, really cute and look up love potions and voodoo rituals on the internet that will lead to marriage. But mostly, I spend the majority of my time trying to appear perfect. Like I'm not the color of toilet paper and like I look naturally beautiful with no makeup, which I certainly do not. Let's start with my blonde, long, flowing hair. I had an ex-boyfriend who told me fresh out of the shower I closely resembled Kelly from the Bad News Bears, who, by the way, is a boy with freckles and long, stringy brown hair who's poor and never looks quite clean. In order to get this luscious blonde weave looking the way it does, first I must dye my hair, which requires 4 hours of sitting in a chair with foul-smelling stuff on my head that's probably seeping into my scalp and killing off my brain cells. Then I must spend countless hours blow-drying even in the humid days of summer. That's nothing. Add to that the protein treatments, the hair masks, the blowouts, then the double-barreled curling iron that I use that it must get to look like, yes, it may be February, but in fact I did just get out of frolicking in the ocean, and yes, it just did air dry like this. Can you believe it? Naturally, it's straight and stringy and feels kind of like, hey, onto my face. You're beautiful, he often tells me. Well, this could partly be due to my long, fluttering eyelashes, the ones that look so dark and naturally soft when I wake up in the morning. Nice try on my part. First of all, they're blonde, the color I wish my hair was, and they barely register on my face unless you get up close and the spotlight is shining on my head. To remedy this, I hit the brow bar in the village where I wait amongst the other albinos to dye my lashes. This requires 12 minutes of sitting with my eyes closed with dye on my lashes that will make them the color I like, called blue-black. This burns a lot. You also can't see anything for 12 whole minutes. And while awake, this is kind of weird. I try to meditate, but this is hard to do when your eyeballs are on fire. Once my lashes are naturally dark, I must remember to apply my rapid lash twice a day, every day. Side effects of rapid lash include eye color morphing into brown and possible loss of vision. In case this escapes you, yes, I may have long lashes, but I'm also slowly going blind. After I'm done messing with my eyes, it's off to change my skin color. With repeated use of Jergens glow on my legs, arms, and face, I can achieve a nice tan, but it takes forever. The stuff gets all over my clothes, and it just smells weird. So it's off to the spray tan salon, where I stand with a cotton kind of covering over my vagina, while a girl spray tans people brown for a living, sprays me with a hose full of skin dye, even my boobs. This cost me $100 with a tip. It lasts all of 3 days before it starts streaking and fading and getting spotty. No worries, I just fill in the spots with my Sally Hansen instant break spray tan that gets all over the bathroom floor and walls when I use it and leaves footprints. On the Sally Hansen subject, I've also discovered the Hansen Lip Plump Lip Gloss, which burns for a full 5 minutes after you apply it because it makes your lips swollen and pouty, and that's because most likely it has some chemical in it that's making its way into my mouth where I'm swallowing it and biting it into my bloodstream. And what's a lip plump without some sparkling white teeth? That's where my bleaching trays and my highly powerful bleaching gel comes in. After the sins of red wine and coffee on a constant basis, I must sit with the trays full of bleach on my teeth, not eating, no water, for 6 hours at a time. This hurts. I can't talk on the phone because no one can understand me with the thick trays in my mouth. It makes my gums burn and itch, my tongue salivate, and my lips dry. Plus, it makes me drool. On the downside, to show off my pearly whites, I have to smile. And according to photographic evidence, when I smile, I have a hint of a double chin. No worries, since I'm terrified of surgery, I've picked up a little trick from a photographer friend of mine. You simply press your tongue to the roof of your mouth and your double chin disappears. If I suddenly sound like I have a speech impediment, this is why. While I'm bleaching, it's usually the perfect time to apply my Retin-A. This highly addictive face crack is only available by prescription, which requires frequent trips to the dermatologist on YouTube. It is advised that the patient only use a pea-sized amount to cover the entire face. But wanting faster results, I tend to squeeze out more of a golf ball size for rapid results. In case you didn't know, retin-A promotes faster cell turnover on your skin, which leaves you acne-free, but also gives you redness, dry patches, and flaking, which constantly need to either be exfoliated or covered up. This also hurts. The only cover-up which can do the job is properly made by Chanel. This cost me $75 and requires a trip uptown every time I need a new bottle, which is this big. Recently, while getting my makeup applied by a makeup artist friend of mine, I was informed that I desperately either need Botox around my eyes or need to stop smiling, which would both solve the crow's feet issue and the chin problem. So now I'm going crazy that I'm barreling towards 40 and must shoot the delicate skin around my eyes into a smooth, frozen state with big, long needles. As for my body, I try. I really do. I go to the gym and run and bike, but I just can't get my butt any higher. As long as I stay skinny, I'm okay, but that's exhausting too. My new boyfriend is a muscular guy. He eats whatever he wants, whenever he wants, while I sit staring at him, salivating like a new puppy, telling him that I just don't get hungry at night. But I know he's heard the stomach growls. Guess what? They hurt, and when he's not around, I eat pizza and ice cream, and I'm just scratching the surface here. After all this, after the exhausting eyelash growing, the bleaching, tanning, hair dyeing, face scrubbing, upkeep, he catches me one night, 2 days after we met at a bar, riding my bike, makeup-free, hair in a bun, and workout pants and a hoodie, riding my bike. I nearly died, but that's also the day I think he fell in love with me. So maybe it's possible he actually saw me at my best, saw my heart, and really just find me naturally pretty. Maybe I don't have to go blind after all.